Okay, so this is going to be jetting basics, and I'm going to throw this in at the very beginning of this video just in case you don't need to know how to specifically work on the KTM 300. This will apply to just about any two-stroke carburetor. I'm going to go through each component of the carburetor and show you how, or explain to you how it affects the relationship at what throttle position and what each component does. So we'll start at the bottom of the RPM range here with the pilot jet and the air screw. The pilot air screw, which is not pictured, it's obviously on the carburetor, and that will be towards the end of this video. I'll show you how to adjust that. But the pilot jet is, along with the pilot air screw, is going to adjust your off idle to quarter throttle mixture. So if you have a really bad blurbering or bog at the very bottom, as soon as you open the throttle, your pilot jet is most likely too rich. And if there is a dead spot, you just kind of whack the throttle open and the bike just, there's nothing. It's really too lean. And then the pilot jet along with the pilot air screw work together to control your, like I said, your off idle to your quarter throttle mixture. And when you turn the air screw, I guess this will go into how the air screw works. When you turn the air screw in, it richens the mixture up. When you turn the air screw out to allow more air in, it leans the air fuel mixture out. So in, richer, out, leaner. So let's say you have installed a 35, or you've installed a pilot jet. I won't use KTM specific parts, this will just be for anything. So you've installed your pilot jet and you have your air screw and you turn it right to the middle and it's running poorly, so you turn it in to richen the mixture up and it's still not rich enough. You need to install a larger pilot jet. If you maxed it all the way in, you need to install a larger pilot jet. So vice versa of that, if it's running very, very rich and you've maxed your air screw all the way out, all the way counterclockwise to the left, then you need to install a smaller pilot jet for less fuel. Okay, and then and a disclaimer to that, some carburetors use numbering that is backwards, kind of like NGK spark plugs, that where if the number is smaller, it was actually richer, or I don't know, there's some very weird things like that with these things, so make sure you check your application as to which is actually richer. Hopefully this isn't too confusing. Needle and clip position basics. If you raise the needle by lowering the clip, so if you put the clip position down, it's going to raise the needle up in the slide. It's going to richen your air fuel mixture out. If you lower the needle by raising the clip, which puts the needle lower into the slide, it's going to lean your air fuel mixture out. So now that we got that out of the way, the very top end of your RPM range is controlled by your main jet. That controls the 3/4 throttle to wide open throttle. The main jets for this particular King carburetor look like this. You'll have to refer to your owner's manual, but the basics of this is if it's very flat on top, it has no over rev, it just doesn't want to go anywhere. When it's wide open, it's just flat. Like from 3/4 to full throttle, you notice no gain, it's completely flat. You're going to want to add some more fuel. So you're going to want to figure out on your particular carburetor which size main jet will make your mixture richer. Okay, then vice versa of that, if from 3/4 to full throttle it just blubbers and it runs kind of poorly, like it wants to pick up, but you're already at the very top of your RPM range and there's no more RPM left to go, but it's trying, you're going to want to lean that mixture out just a little bit. And these factory owner's manuals are a very, very good reference as a starting point to just kind of get you into the ballpark with your needles and your clip, your clip position, your main jet, your air screw out. And I have a particular one here from KTM. This is your factory owner's manual for your a 2012 XC, and this covers all the models though. This, your 150 SX, or from the 125 all the way to the 300 for 2012. and pick up a factory owner's manual, because it has these charts, and basically it goes by your elevation goes up and down on the left side, and then your temperature goes left and right, because um, temperature and jetting, and then altitude and jetting are they go hand in hand. So I don't want to get into the complete, this temperature makes your mixture this, or altitude does this to your mixture. I just wanted to give you the basics of your carburetor, and then you can kind of go from there. And this is really not as difficult as it sounds. Once you get on the bike, it just takes the ear for hearing what is actually wrong with the bike, as to what it's doing at what throttle position, to actually figure out what you need to do. And that is the most challenging part, because pretty much anybody that can, turn a wrench and follow directions can install the parts in there. It's actually understanding how they work together in your carburetor to get the most out of your bike. And jetting can be one of those things that makes or breaks a bike. If you've rode a bike that's poorly jetted, either too rich or too lean, you know what I'm talking about. It runs terrible. It takes away from the overall feel of the bike because it just doesn't run correctly. I hope this video has helped some of y'all, and it's going to be kind of long. I'm going to go ahead now. We're going to throw in all of the stuff that's specific to the 300 on how to actually change the jets and what I am running for my altitude.